Off the Grid campers, just today we're doing a colour comparison of the two options we have available to you. We're going beyond just the aesthetics today, looking also at the thermal performance, because you're probably guessing that with a darker camper, the graphite colour as opposed to the white, much like a vehicle, if you go a darker colour, it's going to absorb more heat, which is correct. But we want to go into a little bit more detail on it because it's not as bad as what people think. So just starting with the aesthetics. The aesthetics are the body colour of the camper with the graphite is a matte graphite finish with all gloss fittings. So you'll see all the fittings on it are black gloss, and it really pops with the matte graphite finish. And then on the white camper, you've got a semi-gloss. It's not, in fact, a matte finish. It's about 35–40% gloss to matte. And then it's also got all black fittings. So your legs, all your buttons, your brackets, roof rails and locks, everything's gloss black, so that really pops as well. So they're your aesthetic differences. In terms of the thermal performance though, both roofs are in fact the same. There's a black or graphite skin on the outside of the graphite roof, but in fact the top of it is still white, and they are insulated with an XPS or extruded polystyrene core, which is much like you would build a caravan roof, so very well insulated because that's where you're getting most of your heat loading. The canvas is still the same colour, grey, and the canvas is breathable, so it's much cooler. You've got the breeze mesh windows as well. Interior of both the white and the graphite is white, so white still inside. In terms of the heat loading on the graphite camper, so you're not really going to get heat loading at the front because the front of the camper is going to be stuck up against the headboard of your truck. Over this side, you've got an awning that'll be deployed out 2.5 metres. So that's going to shade the lower section of the camper on this side, the passenger side. At the back, you've got the ensuite, so you've got quite a substantial gap there between the exterior and interior, particularly when you have the ensuite deployed. So the heat loading again on the ensuite, it's not going to transfer through to the inside. And in fact, the entire camper, there's no external surface that you can touch from the inside. So there's not that heat transfer. It's all double skinned or cavity gapped or air gapped. I mean, look at the space up here in the front of the camper, you know, for the heat to come through from the front to inside or from underneath up to under the bed. There's, you know, quite substantial insulation and gap between the external walls and the interior surfaces. So the bottom line is the choice is yours, really. Don't be dissuaded by the graphite. It is a slightly warmer colour, but the thermal performance, the way we've built the camper with the insulation and everything is really good. Certainly don't let that stop you from going down that road. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.